Good evening, everyone. I'm Stanley President of Michigan State University, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to welcome you to our very special announcement tonight. Today, February 12th, is actually Michigan State's Founders Day. Many of you may already realize that. It's MSU's birthday, because it's this date in 1855 when legislation was signed establishing the Agriculture College of the state of Michigan. Michigan State became a prototype for land-grant colleges across America when President Lincoln, whose birthday coincidentally is also today, signed the Morrill Land-Grant Act in 1862. Land-grant institutions are characterized by their close connections to their states and communities through educational, research, and outreach programs that improve people's lives every day. But few things we do seem to connect us more with our communities and our region than sports, which generates excitement, demonstrates our commitment to excellence, and opens conversations about the many other wonderful things we do at Michigan State. Today we're gathered to celebrate another milestone in the life of MSU, a new football coach and a new era for MSU football. You're going to hear a lot of great things about Mel Tucker this evening. Personally, I'm excited about his energy and positive enthusiasm, his dynamic and motivational approach to working with student athletes. They are students first, and I appreciate that our athletic department never loses sight of that fact. I'd also like to recognize Coach D'Antonio and thank him for his 13 very successful years at Michigan State University. Taking this, yes, thank you. Taking our football program to the next level and making us a national leader. He's setting a high bar for Mel Tucker, but one I believe that Coach Tucker is more than ready to meet. Coach Tucker has already been a part of our football program, starting his career here in the 1990s with Nick Saban. But since then, his experience at the collegiate and NFL levels have been absolutely top-notch, and he understands the value of prioritizing student success. Michigan State is a nationally recognized program. We are a program to be proud of, and we are proud that many candidates want to be a part of Michigan State University. It's an incredibly attractive program to lead and one we want to push to new milestones. I'm thrilled with the selection of Coach Tucker. He has a bright future at Michigan State University, as will all the students athletes who come to play for him and get an excellent education at our university. Now I'd like to introduce one of my bosses, the chairperson of the Michigan State University Board of Trustees, the Honorable Diane Byram.
Thank you, President Stanley. I'd like to, at this time, to acknowledge my colleagues on the Board of Trustees that have joined us this evening. If you'd please stand so we can recognize you. On behalf of the MSU Board of Trustees, I'm here to welcome Mel Tucker, his wife JoJo, and his two sons, Christian and Joseph, back to Michigan State University. So welcome. We are ecstatic to have you here. We're ecstatic that you are all part of our Spartan family. We look forward to spending more time together once you make the full transition to East Lansing into our campus community. I'd like to thank Athletic Director Bill Beekman, his staff, and those on the search committee for a very swift and successful process to land our 25th football coach at MSU. A week ago, it seemed hard to believe that Coach D'Antonio would not be coming back for another season, and I know some of the people worried about the football program. We are here now, a week later, having landed a highly regarded individual and top coach with strong credentials and experience. The board put its trust in the search process, and we appreciate that the athletic director kept us updated along the way. From our perspective, and I know the president shares this point as well, we want a coach that values the development of student athletes on and off the field, who would continue the success of our football program has seen in the last decade and find a way to build upon it. From everything we've learned about Coach Tucker in the last few days, we're confident that we have the right leader to take us forward. At this time, I would like to introduce our athletic director, Bill Beekman.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the other members of the search committee, my deputy athletic directors, Alan Haller and Jen Smith. I'd also like to thank Matt Larson, our associate athletic director for communications, and Kevin Paga, assistant athletic director, who were extraordinarily valuable in this process. I'd like to thank Coach Izzo, who, despite being in the middle of a taxing season, was very, very helpful in placing phone calls, doing a lot of backgrounding, and being Coach Izzo. So thank you very much. I'd like to thank our general counsel, Brian Quinn, who was invaluable in the process. And lastly, I'd like to thank President Stanley and our Board of Trustees, who were extraordinarily deft at having a hand on the rudder, about letting us work through the process to find what we all believe to be an extraordinary outcome in Coach Tucker. I'd also like to acknowledge our head coaches who are here today. Coaches, would you please stand? They do an extraordinary job of guiding our many athletic programs, and we just are so much better for the diversity of sport here at MSU with our 19 head coaches across 25 programs. The criteria we established for this search was very clear at the start. We were looking first and foremost for a person of character, a person with passion for MSU, someone with head coaching experience, a track record of coaching success, a strong recruiter, especially in the Midwest, someone with Big Ten experience, and someone who is a gifted teacher. Fit here is critical. Ultimately, we found a coach who shares our passion and our vision for Spartan football. So who is Coach Tucker? Well, on paper, he has an extraordinary track record of success. He's got 2 national championships under his belt at Alabama and Ohio State. He's got extensive NFL experience as a position coach, a coordinator, and an interim head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he got his start as a graduate assistant right here under Coach Nick Saban. But it was meeting Mel in person that convinced me he was the right person for the job. His energy, his drive, his preparation, his commitment to excellence all showed through almost immediately. He's the right coach at the right time to move Michigan State forward with passion and energy. He's Teddy Roosevelt's man in the arena, and he's our 25th head coach, and we're darn thrilled to have him. Thank you, Coach Tucker.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Antoine Simmons, MSU senior linebacker. Antoine, would you please come forward? Antoine, speaking on behalf of the football team, embodies what it means to be a Spartan. He doesn't run from a challenge. He's one of the unquestioned leaders on this team, and he was one of the players the athletic department reached out to when they wanted input on the selection of the next head coach at Michigan State University. Please join me in welcoming Antoine Simmons.
Hey, how y'all doing? I want to thank you guys for having us, having all my teammates. It's an honor being able to be here, attend something like this. And we want to say thank you to Coach D for putting in his time here. One of the best coaches ever to coach here, So, and we're excited. We've been working all week. We've been working hard, and want to thank you for coming. It's an honor to have you. That team meeting was intense. We ready though. We gonna play for you, but like you guys know, the head of the program changes, but the expectations don't. We still gonna have the same expectations for this program, and we gonna play hard. Go green.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce someone who needs no introduction, although I'll do one anyway, and that's Coach Izzo. Coach Izzo has been at MSU for 37 years, including 25 as a head coach. And it's appropriate this weekend that we're celebrating the 2000 National Championship team with a reunion at the Maryland game. I can't think of a better example of anyone who personifies what it means to be a Spartan and how to succeed at Michigan State University. Please join me in welcoming Coach Tom Izzo.
Wow, I got you in my house. I would reiterate what players think and say, you know, I'm here and I'm only speaking because basketball is my second sport. I've loved football my whole life. I know that is funny, but it's the truth. When I come back, if I believe in reincarnation, I will be Vince Lombardi someday. So if he wants to play for me after you're done, I'm fine with it. But I just want to say you are lucky because I think you're in a place that, like some of us, had many opportunities to leave and never wanted to leave. And I hope you feel the same way. These coaches here, it's a special place because with the jealousies that go on in a lot of schools, a lot of football and basketball coaches don't get along. A lot of women's volleyball and basketball don't get along. It's been an unbelievable 37 years and 25 of them as the head coach. And you're the 25th head coach. It seems like it's all right. What makes me happier is that you have Big Ten background. I've always said I think it's important, and you've worked for some of the great guys. I'm a big Barry Alvarez fan. Nick Saban and I started together as assistants and then as head coaches. Mark D'Antonio's been one of my better friends, and I look at all the people that you work for, and ever since I came here, it was George Perlis who kind of brought me in and took me under his belt because he was the old guy and I was the GA. I'm a little bit ticked off that I'm the old guy and you're not the GA, but you're in the younger version, okay? So I'm a little bummed out about that, but so be it. I'm going to be here for you, your wife, your family, and whatever you need because it does take a group of people to be a champion. And I'm also, JoJo, very excited because you being both a Illinois grad and a Rutgers law student grad, we're 3-0 against those two schools. And we're 1-1 against Wisconsin, but I know deep down, JoJo, you were pulling for us last night, so I appreciated that. But Mel, I want to welcome you. I want to tell you that this is a cool thing, from our band to our cheerleaders, to our coaches, to our board, to the assistants that are here. It's an exciting time for all of us, and I promise you there'll be no bigger fans than the people you see sitting here. They are going to support you. They're going to help you through it, and I'm going to be there for whatever you need. And I just want to say congratulations from all of us speaking for the coaches, and from the 37 years I've been here, there's no place like this. And had my chances to move and had my chances to go places. I got married here. I had my kids here. I'm going to get buried here. So hopefully, you're going to follow in my footsteps in that way, okay? And this weekend, we are celebrating the 20 years. It's been too long, though, when you're a coach. 20 years since you won a national championship. We knocked on that door 8 other times. One of these days, it's going to open. But one of my thrilling moments was in 15 when we made it in football and we made it in basketball to a Final Four. And that, to me, was one of the great days of Michigan State athletics. I'm expecting both of us to hold that true, along with my damn golf coach, because she's on my butt every day about chasing for championships. So I hope you have a great time here. Hope you have a great night. But thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank your family. It is a family affair here. You're going to enjoy the people here. And thank all of you for coming. So welcome.
So who better to introduce our new coach than his wife, Joellen Tucker? As Tom said, Joellen has Big Ten ties of her own. She earned her undergrad degree at the University of Illinois and her law degree from Rutgers. Please join me in welcoming Joellen Jojo to the stage. Yes, this is yours, Coach, just so you know. I'm not stealing it. It's yours. Great, thank you.
This is awesome. Thank you for having us. Thank you for being so welcoming. And, you know, we actually got engaged right here in East Lansing. So it was a while ago, almost 23 years ago now. So we're super excited to come back where it all began. And with all of our Midwest and Big Ten ties, we're so excited. And we can't wait to get here, the boys and I, and just become a part of the community. Everyone's been so welcoming already, and so we're going to hit the ground running. And it is my honor and pleasure to introduce the fearless leader of our family and the guy that we just love to death and would follow him anywhere. New head coach of Michigan State football, Mel Tucker.
Fearless leader, huh? I like that touch. Thank you. She's never called me that before. The truth comes out. Wow, thank you. First, I'd like to thank Athletic Director Beekman, President Stanley, Board of Trustees, and all of the Spartan supporters who made today possible for me. I have prepared remarks so I don't keep you here all day. When I don't write them down, we can go for a while. But this is a special time for me. This is an incredible moment, and I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I'll try to be brief. I just want to touch on a couple of things real quick. 3 things, actually. Gratitude, responsibility, and loving Spartan football. The first is gratitude, and in that I have to thank God. It's hard to describe how blessed and honored I feel to be back home in Michigan State, where I began my coaching career in 1997 for the great Nick Saban. The outpouring of support that the Spartan Nation has shown me and my family over the past 12 hours has been overwhelming. I want to thank many, many people. I would love to do that, but I promise I'm not going to wear you out. Thank you to the team involved in the coaching search. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. As each of you know, and I know that you respect, it was very hard for me to leave Colorado. but thank you for never giving up on me and for your confidence in me to lead one of the finest football programs in America. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the people who were truly responsible for me being here today, standing in front of you today. My family, my mom Brenda, who taught me to be a lifelong learner, and my dad Mel Sr., who was a true football dad. Thank you for always putting me and my brothers first, and for showing me what real love and sacrifice is all about. To my wife JoJo and my sons Joseph, who was Pooh, and Christian, who was Baby. I'm sorry, man, I had to do it. I'm sorry. You are my true north, and you make it all worth it. The second is responsibility. You know, we hear a lot about what coaches might have the secret sauce to win. You know, who they work for, what coaching tree they came from. Well, to me, there's no secret sauce. It's just people who taught me the responsibilities that we have as coaches. I've had the privilege of being mentored by some of the very best coaches in the profession, some of the very best. I can't mention all of them because we'll be here all day. But from my playing career with Barry Alvarez, the Godfather, to working with Nick Saban, not once, but 3 times, and to Coach Trussell, Coach Jim Trussell, and Romeo Cornell. These men shaped me. They shaped my coaching path. They not only taught me the X's and the O's, but they taught me the intangibles of creating a winning mindset and a winning culture. The responsibility and importance of hard work, humility, accountability, and having a serving mindset, and to love the game, to love the game. That brings me to number 3. You have to love it.